I'm gonna be honest though, like I wasn't ready for this podcast at all.
Me either. I'm sore as shit.
I was tired. I got home, like fuck, forgot to bring up a podcast topic. But so it's one of those days.
It's one of those days.
It's one of those days. Anyways, welcome back everybody to what is this, episode 3? Episode 3 out at Reese's. I'm your host, Reese Shalvis. I'm with my co-host,
Devon Anderson.
Welcome back everybody. I'm excited.
Welcome back. Always wanted to do that, so feel like a villain, whatever.
Anyway, so actually, me and Devon were talking a little bit, and we're probably gonna do more than just podcasts, just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Like we might do like anime and movie reviews, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be a YouTube exclusive though. That wouldn't be on the podcast for like Spotify or anything. But
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. Maybe we could go review the Spider-Man movie when that comes out.
Woo. Did you
Sounds
see
fun.
the new trailer that came out today? It was a new
No.
visual, supposedly.
Is it out?
I'm not really. Yeah, it came out today. I didn't get to watch it.
I haven't watched it yet. I didn't even know.
I just seen like people talking about it, so I guess it was a new trailer.
Dude, I'll have to watch it then.
What, the Spider-Man trailer?
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
I was about to
Like,
say,
I'm literally so pumped for this movie, bro. Like,
I mean, honestly, I'm not too overexcited with it. I'm just more like mellow towards it.
are you purposely making yourself mellow because you don't want to overhype yourself?
Not really, like
everyone's hyping this movie up pretty a lot.
Yeah, but
you
not
know?
really. Honestly, like I enjoyed like when Infinity War came out. I'm like, oh shit hard, right? And then Venom came out. I'm like, damn, this shit good. But like, only got excited. My favorite movie of all time is Avatar, right? Like, I am in love with like the whole concept of that movie. I don't think I'm excited for any other movie but the Avatar 2, and that don't come on to the end of next year.
Dude, they keep saying that. Like I swear, like
No, it's actually
I swear
done.
this movie was supposed to come out in 2019 or something.
Well, I don't know. I'm not
But-
really sure what happened. I know it was supposed to come out at the end of this year,
Yeah.
but with COVID and everything, it kind of pushed everything back. So now, they push it into another year forward. So now it comes out in 2022.
I'm excited. Dude.
December.
That's literally like 11 years. It's 11 years since the first one. It's crazy.
No, I mean, I enjoyed that entire movie. Like, only movie I can watch like constantly over. Actually, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
What is it?
The Avatar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about a different movie that you can. Okay, I don't know.
Oh no, not really.
My brain just kind of.
I can't really see no other movies that I can like consistently watch. I mean, The Sandlot. You got The Goonies. Like things like those, like childhood movies that I'll never forget.
Or a movie I can always watch. I swear I watch it at least once a year, maybe twice. It's Limitless with Bradley Cooper.
The fuck is that?
So it's the one where he takes NZT, the pill that makes him really smart. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite movies. I think my favorite. Well, let's talk about top movies. Like what are your top like probably 5 movies?
Top 5 movies? Yeah. Jesus, that's a lot to ask.
It kind of is. There's a lot of good movies out there.
It's like no. So for me, number 1, Avatar. I gotta say number 2, Training Day. Number 3, Django Unchained. Fucking hilarious movie.
Dude, that one's good. I love it.
What else? Let's see. Number 4. Is there any theme behind these movies, or is it just like
I'd say stick away from movie like trilogies or like series like that unless a specific movie in that trilogy is like just one of your favorite movies of all time. Because some people are like, oh, Star Wars movies are my favorite.
Yeah.
But usually that's kind of like a collective, like just the Star Wars in general, right?
No, I got you.
So maybe we'll just kind of stick to just standalone movies, or Yeah. I don't know.
It's a Love and Basketball. Classic. Every time I watch that movie, I used to be like, oh man, I need a girlfriend. Damn, I need to go play 1-on-1 with my girlfriend.
That's how I be right now, bro.
And just
I'm
I don't know.
single.
It was kind of cheesy, but also I don't know. It was just so so good. And also last one, Love Don't Cost a Thing. If you haven't watched that movie, so good. Nick Cannon is like the main character. And basically he's like the school nerd in a sense. He gets to date the popular girl in school. I think he helps her with her homework, and she basically changes him, like give him swag, like a whole different approach how to talk to girls, like all this different stuff. And it actually show you how, when you get fame and you got all these people talking to you, how easy it is for you to change characters, and how easy it is that your, old friends, not your new friends now. Okay. Right? So it was a really good movie.
I'll definitely have to check that one out.
Yeah, it's actually crazy movie. I love it.
Some of my favorite movies, it's really hard for me to say, but I think I can list at least 4 of them. So one of my favorite movies obviously is Limitless.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Just want to point this out, guys. 0 calories. Powerade. 0.
Anyways, so Limitless is one of them. It's hard for me to say a top number 1 though, because they're all just so good. Mm-hmm. Another one that falls in my top 5 would have to be. It's an anime movie called Your Name. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. That one's super good. I really liked it. Another one. Ooh. So this one, I watched while I was a little under the influence. Bad Trip by Eric Andre. So good. It's basically a movie where, like Eric Andre, right? He does out stupid things in public to get a reaction. So essentially, this movie has a whole story, right? Like it's an actual story.
Is it like Jackass?
Kind of, except there's an actual scripted story, but all the reactions of the people around him are just random, real people that don't know they're being filmed. So, like, for example, they'll, like, do just these things that usually only happen in movies, but they'll do it in real public spaces. Yeah. And it actually follows along a story and everything. It's so good. It's so funny. That one's definitely a favorite of mine. Another favorite movie... Oh man, I can't even think right now.
Yeah, it's really hard when you
gotta
think about it.
This movie might be in my top 5. I'd have to rewatch it one more time. But Shang-Chi that just came out, I loved it. It was so
I didn't
good.
see it, so don't spoil it. Thank you.
Alright, so pretty much.
Pretty much? Why are you about to go into detail?
Nah, Shang-Chi, I loved it. That was a good movie. You definitely got to watch that one. I think it's still in theaters, but
I'm gonna watch Dune this week, and then I'm gonna try to watch Shang-Chi. What is it? Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi. But I'm watching Dune because it's still on HBO Max.
That's the one I'm trying to watch too soon.
Yeah.
Is Dune.
It should be pretty nice. All the reviews that I got from it was really nice, but it was highly like one of those hype movies. And it was once it came out, like nobody really was talking about it that much, in my opinion. But
I kind of feel like it seems like it was so hyped, but I don't see much people talking about it really.
That's what I'm saying.
I heard it is like a trippy movie. I heard some people didn't like it because they just couldn't
understand it.
Yeah. But now, one thing that we gotta watch soon. I haven't even seen the first one. I'm gonna be honest, but the Tiger King 2 is coming out on Netflix.
Carol Baskin.
Can't wait. But yeah, so I'm gonna watch the first one. The second one comes out tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, I already watched the first one. Get it together.
Is it pretty good?
It's pretty hilarious.
It's pretty. Yeah. So we should.
It's really pretty. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch the first one. We should watch the second one.
Yeah.
So that's kind of on our plan.
What I was about to say. Question of the day.
All right. Let's talk about it.
What is it? Okay, if you had to live, well, let's talk about like your mindset. All right, so as we like what do 21, 22, 21, right?
I turned 22 in 2 days actually.
Old ass. It's like, guys, I'm the oldest one
bro.
here. I'm the oldest one here. No, so like, so let's talk about like mindset at the age that we are now,
Okay.
right? So I'm 25, right? I'm getting old. My bones hurt. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. But like the mindset of a 25-year-old, right? So in your eyes, what you think the mindset is for, you know, someone that's about to turn 22, things of that, you know, nature. And then I'll go on and saying like how I feel, you know, as a 25-year-old
Okay.
mindset and all that.
This is good. I like this. So I'm just gonna kind of give my perspective of how I see people when they're 25.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it is kind of
Well,
weird.
I said
though.
22.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm giving me your perception of how, you know, a 22-year-old would be, and then I'll give you my perception of how a 25-year-old.
So the way I see it, at least from my own personal experience, being 25, obviously, right? No,
I don't
so
like-
just seeing
I
other
don't like how you said that.
seeing other 25-year-olds. It to me, I see it as almost like it's like a lot of them that I've met or talked to, they spent their early 20s to 25, right? Maybe doing a lot of partying, maybe going to school, just out having fun, living their life, right?
Yeah.
I feel like kind of 25 to like 27, 28 is when they really kind of their
Dial it
mindset
in.
will start to change. They're like, all right, I need to actually kick life in the ass and get my shit together,
Yeah.
right?
Go ahead. I'm gonna wait.
And so it's like it just seems like that's kind of around the age that people will kind of
Like,
maybe
get their
slow
shit-
down a
yeah,
little bit
get in gear.
on that partying and whatever, right? Now, obviously, there are the ones that got their life together when they're 18, 20,
Yeah, and
and they're just loaded
Working.
right now. But
so in my eyes of like 25-year-old, just in general in life, like 21 through like 28, whatever, like don't put a timeline on stuff. Just because you stress yourself out further as you get along, right? Like once you're 25, you're like, oh, dial down the drinking. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. Everything that you want will either come to you or you're going to have to take it, right? So it's all a matter of time on how long it takes how long it takes to come to you until you decide to be like, oh, shit, I'm getting up and I'm going to go do this. Yeah. My liver's hurt. I was drinking like crazy this past year or two, but I enjoyed it, right?
yeah,
Like
you had a lot of fun.
I had so much fun. I will never regret it. Graduating college, you know, a lot of things in the air, not stressing about it. You know, just living in the moment, taking life for what it was, and then I manifested a better job right now. So I'm enjoying the job that I do have, and I'm not really stressing about things that I can't control. Just control the controllables, especially as you get older and you see everybody around you like achieving their own goals in their own ways. That don't mean you need to put yourself on a pedestal, because I think we do get like out of hand sometimes when we like, oh, so and so just got married, so and so just got a house, so and so just brought this 2022 truck. Right, you just like pitch yourself down because you're not achieving that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just more like control the controllables, especially, you know, being 25 now, like crazy. Like to me, you know, where I grew up, not everybody see 25 years old. So I'm actually being here. It's crazy. My body hurt. But
You're already 60, bro.
shut up. No, I'm not. I'm just being dramatic. I'm a very dramatic person. My body just hurt from working out and stuff. But yeah, that's my like personal beliefs on, like, you know, as you get older, depending on also like what you have in your life, a girlfriend, a fiance, a child. Also, those are different playing factors. So I'm not speaking in towards that. I do have a girlfriend, but I'm speaking towards like if you didn't have none of that, how you should, you know, go ahead, go out and achieve things. So.
Now, it's kind of funny because I feel like being 20, literally almost 22, right?
Yeah.
It's like you saying all this stuff like, oh, your friend's getting married, they got to buy that new car.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that now, being only 21, 22, seeing my friends land their dream job, buying a like literally. Some of my friends are my age; they're buying houses. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, but
and I it's just it makes me kind of feel like I'm like
not
I
doing
need to
shit.
get like I'm not doing shit. And I need to get my shit going. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, I guess like it's motivation, but also like you still shouldn't be pinning yourself down like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So like we all come in like we all go through our own paths of life, right? Maybe they had something set up differently in life that gave them that extra step ahead. Not trying to make excuses, but I'm saying it's always different playing factors when it revolves around getting that house, getting this, getting that, whatever.
well, I think it's also important to mention that like a lot of people when they feel this way, right? Sometimes they're just like, man, all my friends are getting their shit together, and then they kind of make themselves sad thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember, like, honestly, having your shit together before you're 25 seems a lot more rare these days. Like, just you know, so it's like, honestly, there's probably, like, most people are probably feeling the same way you are, right?
Well,
and
yeah.
So I feel like, so just
it's not a big deal.
Kind of, well, exactly. So it's like,
not a big deal.
Just remember, you're not only are you not alone in this. It's like it's not just because you don't have a house when you're 25. Just because you don't have your dream car, you don't have your
dream
job, whatever. I think it's important to remember, like, it's okay. Like, you still got so much time. Like,
yeah. Now, when you hitting 40,
shout out to all those 40-year-olds out there.
Yeah, like nothing wrong with that. I'll be there in 15 years. But I want to take my sweet ass time to get there.
Yes, sir.
But same, like you don't want to look back on your life and be like, oh shit, like all I did was complain about how I didn't get this, how I didn't do this, how all my friends got this and I didn't get this. Right? At some point you do have to have that conversation with yourself and be like, this is what the hell I'm going to do. Right? Like I'm going to go out and take this because nobody ain't going to give it to me. And also that's another playing factor is like your want to, right? Your drive. Like, okay, I see my friend got this house. Okay. I see my friend got this job, got this car, whatever. Now, am I going to sit here and pout and talk about like how I ain't got shit? Or I'm going to get up and go work, and if I got to work 2 jobs and he got to work 1 job, so what?
So that you can get that shit, right?
Right. You see what I'm saying? But like, you still going to take a different path in order to get that. You don't have to have 1 job and be able to buy a house. You can have 2 jobs, work your ass off, and then buy your house, right? Just don't get complacent on, getting down on yourself about shit. I think that's the worst thing possible is when we feel like we ain't get enough or somebody ain't giving it to us instead of getting up and being like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Right? Enough is enough. Get my ass up.
Now, sure, on rare occasions will someone essentially give you what you want, right? But, like, you can't be expecting that because most likely than not, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Right? So you really just have to get up and get it yourself. Like,
and then when somebody, like, when you just, like, I don't know how it is, right? So say if you give somebody something, right? You constantly give them something, and at one time you tell them no. What happens?
They're going to get mad.
Right. They're going to be like, oh, you don't do this. Oh, you don't do that.
Because they get you so used to it.
So, right. You know what I'm saying? So, in my reality, I wouldn't want nobody to give it to me. I would rather work hard and be like, I ain't never asked somebody for a handout. I got that shit on my own. Right? You ain't, like, no offense to nobody, but, like, you ain't give me anything for me to have this house, my family, all this stuff. Because people count favors. I hate those people.
Yeah.
I hate when somebody always got something to say about, oh, yeah, you remember when I helped you out?
Oh, yeah.
Like, bro, excuse me? You out your damn mind? Like, I just don't, like that's a topic for another day, but I hate that. I hate that, though.
Yeah, it's like you be doing all they'll be, like, helping you out with a few things.
Yeah.
And then maybe you help them out with a few things.
Yeah.
And then they help you out with one more thing, and then you ask them for another thing. They're like, hold up, you haven't really helped me out much lately. I've been helping you.
Yeah.
So why? It's like, bro, just help people when they need help, and they'll come out and help.
Well, the biggest thing is not counting favors.
Exactly.
Right? And then when you bring it up in the argument, come on. Childish, immature, bro. Like, if we out in the public setting, you want to talk about, oh, hey, oh, bro, you going to act like you remember when when I let you stay at my house, or this isn't that. Like, dang, that's how we gonna go. Like, come on, dude, don't count favors. I can't have friends that count favors, because I feel like, and friends or whatever, you should never count favors. You should do stuff out of the generosity out of your heart.
Well, now let me ask you this. So remember those few times when I helped you last
No.
year when we were working? So I'm just kidding.
No, I
I don't remember either.
But I'm saying,
But-
like, okay, I'm gonna bring up something, and if you cool with that, it's cool with that.
Yeah.
So remember, like, when you went through that whole thing with the car, I dropped you off every day after work, right?
Oh yeah.
Picked you up. You ain't never hear me say this isn't that, blah, blah, blah. Right? When you try to give me gas money, what I say? No, I'm good. You good. Don't worry about it. Granted, my ass was fighting sleep when I was driving home, but it was just because I wanted to do it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I did it out of the goodness of my heart.
Which I appreciate it.
Yeah.
My license got suspended for a month. So
Speeding.
I got too many speeding tickets, so he was like picking me up from work, dropping me off sometimes, and sometimes I just drive anyway.
Yeah.
Just because I had no other choice.
Off the record. I say, no, I'm just kidding.
For legal reasons, that was a joke, but
No, another thing we can talk about is, those friends, right? The ones that, joke on each other to impress, girls or
is it like
things
that?
of that sort.
Are you talking about? Well, this is a little off topic, but kind of what you're talking about. How it's like when your friends meet your girlfriend and suddenly they're the funniest people you ever
Oh
met.
my God.
And you're just like, bro, what the?
Oh, you a jokester now. Where this shit was at?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you Kevin Hart. But no, basically, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they talk down on you to impress whoever's around in the crowd.
Yeah.
Hate those people. Hate those people.
Oh, dude, those like it just makes you. It just you question why am I hanging out with this guy right now?
Yeah.
Right.
And also, it's like, I also can't stand when somebody acts like a different person when they're around like a group of people.
Yeah.
Like,
It's almost fake. Right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're like
so
putting
like,
on-
people when they always wrong, they always want to come up and talk to you like, yeah, bro, hey man, like, oh, I was acting like that. I'm sorry, bro. Nah, bro, I love you, bro. Right? And then they get out in front of, like, let's say you go out with me and we go somewhere and, like, everybody I know everybody, you don't know nobody, but you become the world's funniest guy now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You talk down on me to make yourself look popular around, my friends. Because once they start laughing, you're like, oh, yeah, I got him now.
Yeah.
Right?
And since you're kind of the laughing point, it just they're gonna keep feeding off of that, right?
Yeah.
And then when, like you said, when they're like, "Oh no, bro, I love you," or whatever, they'll be like, "Bro, we're just joking around, bro," even though it's straight up attacking you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I've had a couple, times when that happened. But, I'm not friends with that like that. Like, I'm not friends with anybody like that anymore. So, for the most part, I just surround myself with people to, keep me motivated. Just, making sure I stay on the correct path and not deviate from anything. So, oof, I gotta use the bathroom.
Anyways, we're back from that little intermission.
Yeah, guys, if you see any tears out of my eyes, just...
All right, I got a good question.
Go ahead.
So we were just talking about friends, right?
Yes.
Essentially. Now, here's a question. So, usually, when you're trying to improve your life, a lot of people, they'll go through this period in their life when they're improving, where they'll just cut out all the toxic people in their life, right? Now, how could you actually how would you do that? Like, let's say they're not mean to you, but you just know they're not a good influence and they're kind of toxic in your life, but you almost see them as one of your closest friends, but you know that if you keep hanging out with them, that they are going to be holding you back. How could you cut someone like that out of your life?
So, first of all, if you're gonna cut somebody off without giving them the chance to, prove themselves, I would say have a one-on-one conversation and be like, hey, like, like, where I'm trying to go in my life, right? And some of your actions are questionable, and I don't, necessarily want to involve myself around with those, bad actions or whatever. and have that conversation. And now if that continues, then it's like, okay, I gotta, cut ties with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Or you can be friends from a distance. But also, I think you should have a conversation, like a one-on-one, and like at least like give them the benefit of the doubt and have a conversation before you up and be like,
Just
deuces.
just so they're not like, what
bye,
the fuck
Felicia.
happened? The way I see it, that's one thing you said I think is very important to kind of remember is like when you're cutting people out of your life that are kind of toxic to your life or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that necessarily means losing all form of contact with them. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think? I mean, I get it varies on the situation.
If you're ex,
well, like I said, varies on the situation. If it's a toxic ex, get her out of there, bro.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I think for you to truly, improve yourself, like in the way that you say, then you have to cut off
Completely, like even like removing them, and you
but
don't
I'm
even
saying,
ever
like,
talk to them.
so what I'm saying is like, what are you trying to, achieve?
Improve.
Right? Like I'm confused. Like now, if you're talking about a whole rearranging of your life, then you should cut off all contact with the persons that you feel like have bad habits.
Essentially, I can get behind that. It's like, because essentially it's like habits, right? Like what you just said. And like when you have a bad habit, you can never actually break it.
Yeah.
Essentially what you're doing is you're just stacking good habits on top of it enough, or neutral habits, to the point where it's just being covered up and you never see it unless there's something that re-triggers that habit, which is old environments. That's essentially what habits come from, is your environment. So like if you lay down at night and you maybe put some TV on and play on your phone and scratch your butt for the next hour or so, right?
Jesus,
before you go to sleep
for an hour.
Before you go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, then every time you enter that environment, you're gonna feel like you can't sleep until you turn the TV on and scratch your butt for an hour.
Because it was a habit.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
And this is what I've just noticed personally. It's like I use my phone a lot right before I go to sleep, and so when I'm out somewhere else, like say at my grandparents or maybe staying with a brother or something, when I'm going to sleep at night, I don't feel the urge to just be on my phone as long because the environment around me is so different that it's like it's not triggering those habits. You know what I mean? The TV's not just right there in front of me. I mean, my phone's right there, but like just the environment, the atmosphere just feels different. So I get sleepy easier. I think, and I feel like that might be why sleeping outside of beds other than your own can sometimes be the best sleeps of your life, because you're not distracted by your environment that you're so used to. No,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is a complete. Like, I just had this thought. If you watching on video, you see me staring off because I was thinking so hard. I just wanted to, give a quick shout out to.
That's the first.
Single mothers. My mom was a single mother. Raised me the best way possible and taught me everything that she could teach me. I met my dad later in life, but shortly after he passed. But single mothers, single parents in general, like, you are so appreciated that, words can't really describe it, because, like, some days was harder than others. It's crazy, like, going to school and, going through bullying and, all that stuff. And, like, not knowing, like, what's going back home and, like, what's going on in my household. That, when I was getting bullied, I just, like, whatever. Like, it is what it is. It could be worse. It could be way worse, right? So, my mom did teach me to, always look forward to the positive things in life. Don't get caught up on the negatives. That was just like a short message. I was like had to talk about it because I was thinking about it too hard. So, single parents in general, thank you so much. Very appreciated.
Yeah, shout out to all you single parents. Like that's honestly one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Yeah,
like
it was 4 of us.
That support system, especially when you're alone.
Yeah, it's
just like you got to be so strong.
Yeah.
To do that, you got to be really strong, and
you got to honestly have a good mindset. Like 4 kids by yourself, I can never, say that I can know how a female ever could feel. We all go through different things. Like our bodies act way different. Some emotions are way different. So like you always see these debates, about women and men, all this stuff. And I never try to, say, oh, men got it hard. Women has it, easy in life. Yeah. I never want to get into those conversations, just because it's too different. But
it's really like just both sides. It's like we just go through so many different struggles that we can't even really comprehend what it's like for them to go through certain things.
Yeah.
While they couldn't comprehend what it's like for us to go through.
I think certain people can, but not everybody.
Yeah. But like for the most part, I feel like, it's just there's kind of that. You can't just say, oh, well, just because you guys go through this, well, we go through this means our lives are harder. It's like, no, it's just our lives are different. Yeah. Right.
So no, I definitely agree. It's a crazy thing. It's a debate of the year all the time. It's pretty intense debate. There's always different factors. Like some factors you don't even think about. You're like, damn, how you just thought about that? But
that's the toughest thing about getting into debates is just how many factors you really have to apply, and it can just really get you thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's debates. I'm never always make sure you have your facts. Make sure you have your facts to cover up what you're talking about,
and if you can, your sources. I mean, that's why I said if you can, because
think about who your source. I am.
Trust me, bro.
Who is your source? I am. You got a problem? It's me.
Well, and the thing with sources is sources by themselves can have, especially online sources, can have biases, And so it's I don't know. There's just so many
just like Fox
variables.
And CNN, all bias.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't watch the news.
Yeah, I do.
Dang.
I always find it funny, what's going on. Not everything that's going on. I just find certain topics that is funny. So, I have a thing. So I think work in general, is very important in your life. I think it brings stability, especially say if, you're going through things at home. It's very stressful, very depressing, things of that sort. And the people that you work with help you, right? So,
but they could also make things worse if it's
that's what I'm saying.
People.
So it's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
I shout out to my entire team. They are freaking hilarious. Every day is different. I don't see Reese as much throughout the day, but when I do, I always scream his name. He'd be looking up like I'm on the third floor.
We're in completely different departments, and so it's
and I don't know, even if something happened at home, I get into work, we'd say the most dumbest shit in the world, and just be literally laughing about it and talking about it all day, right? And it'd be
we'd be giving each other mad shit.
Yeah, just mad shit.
So fun,
but. I don't know, I just appreciate that. I appreciate that feeling that I do get from work. And, it can be stressful, whatever. But, I know Bob always going to make me laugh. Right? I know if I come into work, Bob always going to say some stupid shit.
Dude, Bob always comes in clutch, bro.
Right? So, I don't know. It's something like that you look forward to your day. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. This kind of goes on so everyone has a support system in their life. Essentially, it's every aspect of their life is kind of it'll either be a part of the support system or not, right? Mm-hmm. Even the littlest of things. And so literally your coworkers could be a part of your support system in the sense when you go to work, they're making your day brighter and happier.
Not all of them.
That's what I'm saying. If it's the right kind of people, right? They can make your day happier, brighter, if if they're like that in your life, right?
Yeah.
And so, essentially that part of your support system in your just general overall life would be more of like a mental support system. So like they're just making you feel happier just in general, you know, as you talk to them, maybe text them outside of work, hang out.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. It's just a concept of friends, basically. Friends are very important. Sometimes, you know, losing some friendships can be harder. Like you need to walk away from certain friendships that, you know is bad for you. So you know, it hurts. Like you losing like a piece of your life because you're trying to move forward and be better in life for, you know, yourself. But in all reality, you have to value the ones that you have, like friends. Just because, you know, when things going crazy, you know, you always can count on your friends. And even if you ain't got that many friends, always keep the friend that is near and dear to you always next to you. I think it's very, very, very critical to have friends like that.
I want to tell a story.
Ooh.
All right. So most people who I know, like who are close to me, knows this story. But so there's this.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. So this was probably maybe almost 2 years ago. Yeah. That's crazy. So I had this group of friends, right? Essentially, they were my closest friends. They were like my best friends, and as kind of time went on, I'd known them since high school, right? Probably 9th grade is when I met them all. Mm-hmm. There was a couple that were online friends that I did meet in person once, or just, you know, whatever. But anyways, so time goes on, and they kind of start drifting kind of a little apart, but we still kind of hang out sometimes, do stuff, play video games, do whatever. And then one day we just kind of like stopped talking like completely for like a month, right? And I was just like, this is kind of weird. Like I kind of got bad feelings about it. I was like, man, do they just not want to hang out with me anymore or whatever? And then about a month later, I saw them all on my Discord server, or on their Discord server, just talking. Yeah. And so I just like, I'm just going to join. So I, joined in. You know, we talked just for like, just hung out for maybe 30 minutes, an hour. All of them left except for one friend. I'm going to call this friend Robert.
Right.
Not his real name, but so Robert, he's like, hey, I've been wanting to tell you something for a while. I just really haven't had the chance until now. I'm like, okay, what is it? He's like, you know, me and everyone else, we've kind of all started hating on you. And at first I was like kind of shocked, but I didn't really let it affect me. I hadn't really processed what he just said. So we kind of started talking. I was like, can you explain, you know? And so he kind of started telling me like, yeah, we all started getting super sick of you, super annoyed of you. And then we always talk shit. We even created a group chat in the server that I'm in with them in, but they made it to where just that I can't see it, just so they could talk shit about me inside of it. And I was like, can I read this group chat? And so he adds me to it. He sets the visibility so that I can read it. And I'm reading through it. It was a lot of hurtful things. Yeah. Like it really affected me, especially having grown up. I've always kind of had that insecurity of, oh, my friends, they're just pretending to like me. Yeah. They're just tolerating me because they're too scared to just tell me off. So they don't want to hurt me, but they actually hate me and they're talking shit. And so for my best friends to actually do this to me and for it to happen, right, I felt like, mind you, I was going through a 2-year breakup. I got dumped on my 2-year anniversary, actually, so that didn't help. But you know, essentially I was going through this breakup. At the same time, there's other financial things in my life going wrong. And so who I felt like my friends were like, kind of like, not my last resort for like just, but it was your comfort zone. But it was my comfort zone. I felt like it was like I have these people who are there for me, and no, they actually weren't. Like, I mean, they were at first, right? And so I ended up cutting off communication with them, and it kind of really showed me who my real friends were, right? Like I did have other friends, I just weren't as close with them at the time, as as those friends.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, over time, I've become a lot closer with people, and now I have the best friends in my life that I could ever ask for, right? But I think when stuff like that happens, I think what's kind of really important to remember is just who is it that is there for you,
Right.
Who is it that has always been there, no matter if you screw up or whatever.
Me.
Who is it that's been there for you in your life, right? And just if you do go through, say, when friends just talk shit on you and you thought they were your best friends, right? Just kind of look past that and see, okay, well, who's my real friends? You know? And that's what you kind of want to hold on to the most.
Wow. I never. So the crazy thing is, right? Growing up, I never was the popular kid.
Yeah.
The kid that had all the friends and whatever. Like, as I grew up, I kind of had a selective group. So like as I say, 6th grade hit, 5th grade, you can say 5th grade, I was still like very cool, like into wrestling, all that stuff. When 6th grade hit, middle school hit, bro, it was like a whole different atmosphere. Everybody from elementary school all went to different high schools, and now it's like, oh shit. So now I'm like settling in on my own. It was very hard for me to, try to make friends, and I had to attach myself to something that I didn't want to be, which is a class clown, right? It's the easiest thing to put like a mask going forward, I guess. So like 6th, 7th grade, I'm just going through this phase of being a class clown, right? Oh, they like me because I'm the class clown, right? Just that kid that talked back to teachers, all that stuff, make the class laugh, all that, blah, blah, blah. And then I see everybody coming and talk to me after that, laughing. I'm like, oh shit, like these are my friends. So I learned like a hard, I guess, like truth is that don't make anybody your friend, right? If anything, I was just embarrassing myself, and I embarrassed like basically teachers looking at me like, oh, he's just one of them dumb kids or whatever. So I remember I think 7th grade year, the people that I thought was my friend, I got jumped. It was, I don't know how many it was, can't really remember, 12, 15, whatever, over a hat, right? Over like a little hat playing like tag with, right? One of the people that I thought was my friend took his hat, ha ha ha, laughing around. And then next thing you know, I got like 15 people chasing after me. It was like at that point there, I was like, holy shit, like I'm about to get my ass beat. And I had ripped my new pair of shoes, whatever, got beat up, walking home. The friends that was always there for me was there for me. But it wasn't until then that I realized that, you do have people that are fake. That is like talk shit behind your back. They always, oh, you stink. Oh, you wore the same pants, or like all this different stuff. And then same thing happened basically in 9th grade, 10th grade. And then I don't know what happened. I literally, I can't even tell you what happened that I was like just believing in myself. I guess I kind of adopted the mindset like it can be worse. Like if you ever met me in person, I always say it can be worse. So fast forward, like now I have like hella friends, supposedly hella friends.
No, he's popular. He's hella popular.
I'm decent, guys. Don't let him pump you up. But I do have like a lot of people, like a lot of friends, right? Like I went through a whole crazy phase of like getting bullied, like all this stuff. Like it was so bad. Like teachers would tell me like, you're going to be working at McDonald's, right? Like all this different, things being said to me. But it wasn't until I met like different people with, I guess like higher goals than my own, that made me change who I needed to be around with, like be around to get that motivation to go to college, get that motivation to get my driver's license, get all these things, you know. So, and shout out to all the first gen college students. So, first gen right here, gang, say no. But yeah, like I went through that whole thing, and you can probably, if we met right now, you probably wouldn't even think that, right? Like,
definitely not.
People say I have an affectionist, I don't know, I guess I said, hopefully I said it right. Personality. Like I attract like good people, and everybody just want to, you know, be around and, you know, talk to me and all this stuff. And if you guys seen how I went through freaking high school, middle school, and elementary, you wouldn't even think that the person that you see here today would be here. So.
Yeah, I think that's something super interesting. Is like when you first meet someone, obviously you have this perception of them.
Yeah.
It's like you have, like, it doesn't matter. You're not necessarily judge them negatively or positively. You just judge them in the sense you have this perception of who they are when you first meet them.
Yeah.
First impressions. And then as you get to know them and become their friends, it's like it'll slowly change your perception on it to a point where you don't even notice the change.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, it's like your perception is, let's say, two different sides of of what you think of them, right? When you first meet them, then where you are now with them, right? When you first meet them, it'll slowly go over to when you to where you are now, but you don't even realize how much your perception of them has changed until you think about that time when you first met them. And you're like, whoa.
So your perception don't change after the first conversation? You don't think you could know what type person someone
Well,
is?
I mean, you definitely can, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the first conversation, because even after that first conversation you have with someone, you have a certain perspective of them that is going to change as you get to know them and become their friend. Like, because it's like.
Oh, I remember.
As you get to know them, you get to know who they actually are, right?
Yeah.
And so you can't get to know who someone actually is just off of a first conversation.
I remember starting work at Ally, right? And I was like asking everybody like who you are and things like that. It was like, hey, he's a like weird guy. He likes Star Wars, and he be in here like.
Everyone, dude, there's like 3 people talking
like
shit on me.
Literally, lifesaver. Is it saber? Lightsaber?
Lightsaber?
Yeah, lightsaber, my bad.
There was like 3 of our coworkers that they'd like warn you about me.
Yeah, and I was just
they'd
like,
be like, and then like other new hires, apparently they were warning them about me, and I'm just like, what am I doing wrong?
But honestly, it's like you said, it's the perception that changed.
Yeah.
Even from the first conversation we had, I was like, all right, bet. You know, you just freaking laughing and shit, you know. But yeah, like.
Had my raggedy long ass hair, bro.
Yeah, that face.
Nah, I ain't ever going back to that.
We gotta take a deep breath for that. That shit is over.
my bangs went down to my chin.
Shit was crazy.
I had a mullet. Oh my god, dude.
It was really crazy.
Hair thinning in the back.
It was intense. It was truly intense, but
it's fun times though.
It was crazy times
fun.
though. It was good times.
All right, I gotta ask, what was your like initial perception of me just after the first conversation?
Goofy. Kind of like decent computer skills, but other than that, that was it. I just thought you was goofy as shit because like I forgot what I said. I had said a joke and you laughed and shit. Remember how I used to like pat your leg? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime something was good or like food, like say he had some good ass food, he'd be like, "Damn, that shit good, bro."
Dude, I think you got video of me doing that.
Yes, I actually have videos of that.
Oh shit.
But no, I just thought you was just goofy. I think we both made work interesting, for the both of us. So I really ain't have no, like everybody first perception is like I'm mean and shit. Just because I give that like me, I guess, you know, demeanor or whatever. But
I I might know why that perception is.
Like, cause I'm big and black in Utah. Like, what the hell? Like,
No, I mean, it's
it is. Don't say it's not a factor because it is. I mean, I'm not. It don't make me uncomfortable or anything, but I'm saying like that is definitely a factor. But
I feel like a lot of those kind of things though can also just do with. They like to call it a resting bitch face.
I do not have a resting bitch face.
It's
Stop
not.
it.
It's not necessarily that, but your neutral face, it doesn't look like it does look so neutral to the where it's like oh, you just look like someone you wouldn't want to fuck with. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to mess with you. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna get fucked up.
Because I'm big and black. I mean, like, literally, that's like, I mean, honestly, like, so many people had told me, that was the first time I got a resting bitch face comment, by the way. As majority of the time, it's like, you look like you try not to laugh, but you want to laugh. Like, sometimes, like, depending on where I'm at, I do get that silent, like, this mute look. But majority of the time, I'm just like that. Like, thank God we had masks on for a year. Because I was out here smirking all the damn time every time I'm talking
That
to
could have
people.
been it too, is because you had a mask on.
Well, yeah, no.
You know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, majority of the time, I ain't giving the benefit of doubt on that one. But, okay.
Well, you want to know my perception on you
Yeah,
after
go
the first
ahead.
conversation? So, first thing, I honestly, like, right off the start when we started talking, I was just like, my first thought was, like, honestly, I was like, this dude, he seems smart. Obviously, that wasn't true. So, I was like, he seems smart. Very well spoken. Honestly, seems like a very genuinely nice guy.
That's
But
crazy. I'm not smart.
There's just a small part. I was like, I know I can get along with him, but I don't know how good of friends we could really actually become.
Yeah.
And then obviously look where we are. We're filming a podcast together.
Yeah.
So obviously that perception alone has just changed drastically.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I didn't think anything bad of you.
No, I didn't either. I mean, I
Not then,
remember
at least.
first time you came over to my crib, I got him drunk. He was fighting demons that whole night. But obviously, that's how good friends we are now. You know, if you get an invitation to the crib, that means you have now entered the kingdom. I trust you to see anything around in my house because I gave you that invitation. Now, if you take a drink with me, it's over with. You locked in.
He be making you like match him shot for shot.
No, I don't, guys. Listen, I'm a very responsible drinker. I do not drink alcohol. I drink water.
He'd force a tube down my throat and make
Jesus. Wow. I'm not a serial killer. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Pick and choose your friends. Pick the ones that'll not drag you down.
Yeah.
You know.
Biggest message for this podcast is be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Just if you get any hesitant, like you feel like any feeling that you feel like you can't trust them, do a full evaluation on why you shouldn't trust them, and
don't jump straight to conclusions, but be like put your guard up. Just kind of be careful.
Yeah, put the little white picket fence up.
And if you have to add 2 picket fences, then add 2 picket fences.
You got 3, that's okay too. Just surround yourself with good energy. Make sure you count on and have people around you that that's going to get you through the toughest times in your life, because we all go through shit that, sometimes we want to tell family, but we can't. And we go resort to one of our close friends because we feel, I don't know, comfortable with talking to them about stuff like that. So just make sure you guys watch who you have in your circle. And that is all from me.
It was very well said. I think if you guys enjoy our company, enjoy this podcast, you guys should really subscribe, follow, whatever you're listening on. Just drop a follow. If you guys want to follow us on social media, it's just out at Reese's on Twitter and Instagram. And any last words you want to say before we close off?
Not really. It's just thank you guys every week that you tune in. It do mean a lot. Just follow us throughout this journey.
Shout out to everybody that made it to the end.
Yeah, and if you made it to the end, we hope you laughed. We hope you took something from this episode of the podcast. So, thank you.
All right. See you guys.
See ya. Thank you again.